Hey guys, it's Buf. Starting out this first episode at Glembridge, excuse me. This is gonna be our first episode for the City Skylines playthrough that we're gonna do here. Starting the recording the day before, or the night before actually, the airport DLC comes out. Was gonna hold off on starting this playthrough before, or not before, but was going to wait until the content pack came out for the new maps, but I kind of looked into them a little bit. Wasn't too impressed with what it was. Not kind of what I was looking for, so I decided to go with this map. We got a little bit of water going on, some bay area, some decent infrastructure over here for transportation. We'll kind of build into that later, but we will get started here. My goals for this was just kind of looking into the different achievements that City Skyline has and working through them. There's quite a few that I don't have right now, but the majority, I guess not the majority, but the goals that we're going to look for going through this playthrough is the airport achievements that they have at the end, and then some of the more late game transportation line stuff that they have on here. Let's keep going out this way. We gotta watch our money. Let's get this set up real quick so that we're not worried about this. I'm gonna put that there, and we'll do inland for now. Typically I just dump the sewage into the water, but let's try and not do that this time, shall we? Let's pull this back to here just to start a new collector line there. Let's see, what else do we got going on? Later on, also another group of achievements that we want to kind of look into is the academics. That's something that I have quite a few that need to be unlocked. I've put a few hours in, probably about 100 or so hours into City Skylines, but I've always had like some kind of mod on it that kind of limits your ability to get achievements. Typically I just use quality of life mods on the game, like the node changer, traffic simulating, move it, nothing crazy I guess. But what you'll see now is, because this is a full vanilla playthrough, is you'll see the pollution come out in the ground. That's one downfall of this. We'll try and keep it as clean as we can, but I mean that's just the way the game is. Let's throw down some industry here, get us moving, let this build out. Oops, that's a lot of commercial. How I like to play City Skylines is I like to get just like a little money making neighborhood going, and then once we get something set up and moving, we'll probably delete this and relay it out. But for right now, we're just gonna kind of get this up and going and kind of talk about what we want to do, I guess, for our city. All right, so while this is building out a little bit, we can kind of just discuss what we're gonna look for as we expand, which when you start out, you'll be able to expand pretty quick. I think our first purchase is probably gonna be over here. That way we can move our most of our commercial and a lot of our residential onto this kind of peninsula piece here, and kind of keep this industry sitting over here for a little bit until we can unlock maybe this piece and then we can jump our industry over to here. And then we'll have to work out how we're going to get the transportation around and then move some of this. Look at that, we got Little Hamlet. Move some of the residential and commercial back and forth using this water to increase our land values a little bit. I think that'll probably be a good idea, but that's a long ways off. Let's see, now that we got this going, making a little bit of money, what I like to do is once we unlock, I guess the taxes are already unlocked all the way. I like to just throw it up to 12% right away. That's kind of the borderline before they start kind of freaking out and moving out due to high tax. Let's continue this out like so, and then let's just kind of get like a beachfront going on, because this is kind of the area that I want to keep a road. I mean, we'll change this to industrial at some point, but we'll always keep this road here for the most part. Cut to me in like a couple episodes deleting this road entirely. Let's do this and then do something like that. All right, and then so we got our main roads here. Let's work on doing some infill. I don't like to, let's try and bring this back here. I don't like to have road intersections so close together. Kind of, it sucks with traffic flow later on in the game. I need to turn some of these off so we can get a little bit of freeform going. Do something like that. I apologize if I'm a little monotone here trying to plan some of this out. It's gonna take a little bit getting used to talking while trying to concentrate on what you're doing, what you're laying out. Let's bring this back. I don't like that layout. This is just like a closed off community piece here. We can probably, might not be a bad idea to bring this off. Bring like a connection right there. That's probably not bad. Do something like that. I take it back. We're losing a little bit of land here. I don't know what's going on. I think it's just that road is too tight. We might lose, just have a little bit smaller houses on this guy. Yeah, that's fine. Instead of having like a 4-bedroom family house, you're gonna have a couple like 2 or 3 bedroom houses. You can live with that. Let's go here to here. Bring that up. And then let's see if we can't do, I was watching City Planner plays City Skylines, and I'm sure other people have done it as well, but something I never really thought about doing was these little cul-de-sac things. I thought that was a pretty good idea. Now let's see if I can actually do it. Not gonna look that great with these small of lots of land. So we'll probably not scrap that idea. We'll think about that later on. Keep on going here. Let's see. What do we want to do? If we're being honest, this is probably gonna end up being like some high density residential eventually. So we kind of want to keep this opened up and spread out a little bit, I think. We just took out some housing. That's fine. Like I said, this piece is going to go away, but as we progress through, we probably will leave a lot of these. We'll have to reconstruct our roads and main arteries, but I mean, that is just the way a city grows. Yeah, I like that, because you got a connection here and here, and then you've got these two main collector roads bringing it back. Let's bring this back. Maybe. That's fine. Because we're going to lose some of this. I'm going to start trying to develop what we got going on over here. And you don't have to do this and where I'm laying out the pipe following the city or the city roads. I just like to kind of keep it following those paths. A little bit of realism. Let's drop this in. Could probably put a park here. We'll leave that open. We don't quite have them unlocked yet, but we don't want to be ripping that stuff out. Do that and that. Just get rid of that one in general. That looks fine. Little house there. See what they can do with that. Something I like to do too is I don't like to bring the zoning all the way to the main road. I like to leave a little bit of space. We'll bring in some light commercial. Do like that. That should be all right. Run this power line like so. Bring it around. We're running low on money. That is what it is. Speed up time a little bit, get these guys rolling. Starting a city is always super time consuming because you can't really do a whole lot. You're really limited on money. But once you get it up and going, you're not, that's kind of something you don't have to worry about too terribly much. But let this build out a little bit before we pull some of this back and put down a garbage dump. Alright guys, well, while we were letting this fill out, we actually leveled up to the next city size, got a little bit of money here, so we're going to come over here and drop down our landfill. We'll just keep this on the main road for now. We'll put it in a recycling center as well. That increases some happiness along the population. And it looks like we need to play a little bit of catch up here too with our industry. Let's bring this guy out. When I build out our industry, I don't typically stray from the grid. I don't know of many industrial parks that I've been to that don't follow a grid. And if they don't follow a grid, it's pretty close. So let's just keep with that. One thing that we're gonna have to keep an eye on too is as we grow, we don't want our industries to probably get much larger than what this one is right now. Looks like we're a little short on money. Fast forward while I talk here. Because once they get a little bit larger than this, then you start having issues with trucking being backed up. So, I mean, if you can keep them about this size and then just kind of scatter them around your city, you'll do all right. That's the industry is the part where a lot of the traffic issues come from. So that's always a very strong, I guess not strong, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a pretty good indicator of when I need to upgrade roads and if I've screwed this up and this is too big and I have to start a new industry somewhere else. We really blazed through that money real quick. We do have these districts now though, so that's pretty nice. Gonna just lay this one out real quick. This will be just kind of one little town, not town, district. It's a district. Come on, Buf. Something like that. We'll trim that down as time comes, and we'll fill this one in like that. Oak Hills is our Oak Hills, Lafayette Hills, and Willow Heights. All right, we got about 9 grand. Might take a little bit of tax revenue hit there on that. Let's get rid of this. So we got something to work with a little bit. I wanted to take this and wrap it around. Trying to kind of take advantage of as much space as we possibly can here. I'm gonna do that. Just because we were getting a little wild with that road. Let's see. Yeah, that's not too bad. I bet that'll look nice once it gets filled in here. Let's drop in more of this residential. That's actually really nice that stayed open. We can put like a school right there. Bring these all the way around. Put a little bit of commercial right here in the middle. And we'll bring more housing right up along here. Get rid of this. See how that plays out a little bit. Let's also go back to here. I'm gonna get rid of this one and this one. That way we can kind of connect that with some sidewalk for these guys either come over here for whatever amenities they have and vice versa. We don't have enough money yet for school. I'm gonna fast forward and we'll see how this fills in here. Let me drop a couple of these in. All right, I will be right back. As this filled in, I just realized that we actually did not fill in the water all the way. So let's tear this out since this was the old water mains. Drop that off. And like I said, you don't have to do this. I just do it because it adds a little bit of realism. Sometimes it can be a pain. But, alright. Let's fast forward and let that fill in. Alright guys, while we were gone we had a couple of fires. There was a fire over here in this residential area and pretty good blaze going on over here in an industrial spot. That being said, we're just gonna quick throw down one of these fire stations now that we got one, or got enough money for one, and let it keep rolling out. This should increase the demand here for this residential spot. And then we can maybe look into adding a elementary school or a clinic and kind of go from there. Alright guys, while we were away there, we did reach the Tiny Town achievement. So we unlocked a couple more things, some policies, park path roads for sidewalks and all that good stuff. Some new fencing, playgrounds, amenities, stuff like that, some piers. So that's cool. Got some landscaping, some new districts we can use. So Lafayette Hills, that kind of built out a little bit. Willow Heights built out, and then this new addition here I put along the waterfront because we run out of residential space. I didn't want to start a new piece out here right now. Glembridge Beach. So that is residential. It's going to run all the way along here for the time being. We might leave a couple of these, kind of make that GTA-esque strip. If any of you gamers know what I'm talking about, we might continue that all the way up along here. Maybe even work its way out along here in the future. But we'll see how this continues. Haven't really had a beach in any of my previous playthroughs, so I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out. But we also added a police station right here to serve both sides, as well as a clinic, and we saw the fire station go down earlier. So I think we'll in the future add in maybe an elementary school here, or I think maybe an elementary school on this side would work better, and then maybe place the high school back in this way and then turn this into a park for here and here. But I think that would be better suited for the next episode when we continue to build out our residential and commercial areas further back into this area and grow Glembridge to greater futures. But I appreciate you guys who've tuned in to watch this first episode. I'm kind of excited to see where this goes. So take care. Bye.